What up, everybody? Welcome back to Kill or Love. I'm your host, Ungroovy, and we are back in this little visual novel here of ours. When last we left our heroes, it was August 10th, and I can't remember because it's been a few days since I recorded this. So let's go ahead and jump back into it. I could write about all the talks we had, about the first night we spent together, about looking for an apartment and then finding it, about moving in, about finding out there was a roach problem, demanding that the manager did something about it, and then yelled at him. Wait, I wasn't talking about personal experiences. What are you talking about? About pretty much anything that only involved the two of us. But I think it's time to move on. This isn't a feel-good journal after all. Okay, so we're still talking about the grocery store. It was a Thursday, coming up to a year since Grace and I had started dating. I was at the cash register. Grace wasn't in the store. An old lady was counting her change slowly with trembling hands when Anna walked in. This bitch. Anna didn't buy anything. She went for the register, towards me, empty-handed. The sight of her approaching made my heart start beating like mad. My head hurt. I knew the moment I saw her that she meant trouble. Jack? My God, is that you, Jack? That's creepy music. She had the nerve to pretend she'd stumbled upon me by accident, like she hadn't tracked me down. But I didn't have it together. I couldn't see through her acting. I was confused, panicked, not sure why. Excuse me, miss? Is it you? Please don't cut in line, miss. It's not fair to the other customers. The old lady was still tackling her massive coins. She didn't seem to notice much around her. Don't play silly with me, Jack. It's you, isn't it? Yes, my name is Jack, but you've got me confused with someone else. There's a lot of Jacks out there. Oh, come on. You're you, all right. I put a hand on the counter to steady myself. She reached out as if to place her hands on mine. I jerked my hand back like she was going to bite me. Yee. Bad touch. It's me. It's Anna. Don't you remember your old friend? No, we've never met. I guess it has been a while. 15 years? Not me. Must be someone else. Anna stares right at me. Through me. I thought I'd either boil or freeze. Sure, it's you. Let's go somewhere and talk about old times. I know a restaurant just 2 streets over. Look, lady, even if I was this friend of yours, I have a job to do. So let me get on with it. You're bothering the customers. The customers weren't bothered one bit. If they hated anyone, it was probably me after all. I was being so rude to this pretty charming girl who only wanted to talk to her friend. That's a good point, Jack. What are you doing in this place? It's a pile of trash. Someone like you doesn't belong here. I was thoroughly trying to reason with her. I crossed my arms and said nothing, hoping she wouldn't notice that my heart was pounding way too fast. Anna gave me a good, hard look. Looks like she's gonna eat me. So that's how it is? I'll see you later, Jack. That's never a good sign. And she went away. I let out a long breath I hadn't noticed I was holding. I felt awful. Even worse, I felt Anna had been right. There had definitely been something familiar about her. But I didn't want to find out more. Next time she comes in, I'll treat her the same way. I told myself guessing correctly there'd be a next time. Guessing wrongly it'd be at the store. I'll do it again and again until she gives up. I don't know what she wants, but I won't give an inch. The old lady cried out. She found a quarter. August 11th. It's weird, isn't it? How I just write today's date like that and then go right to telling about something that happened months ago. I should write down when the stuff happened, but it was so long ago, I don't think I can remember the exact dates. Shit, man, I can't remember what happened this morning. Who cares? This is only for me anyway. It can be a jumbled mess. Sometimes I feel like I should write more about what's happening now. But nothing is happening. So fuck it. When I told Grace about the girl who called herself Anna and who called me Jack, even though we didn't wear name tags, she took it like it was good news. That's amazing, Jack. She must have recognized you from your childhood. She said 15 years, right? Didn't she? That's right from the time you can't remember. I don't know. She might be some sort of scam artist. I just come up with that idea of Anna being a scam artist. It seems good enough excuse not to go near her again. Yeah, right. Come on, Jack. At least give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't need her, Grace. I've got you. Jack, I'm not telling you to sleep with her. Don't be so rude to her next time, okay? I wasn't being rude. You so were. Okay, so what if I was? It's not fair to her. She seems like a nice girl. And don't you think it'd be good for you too? To be friends with her? No, not really. She could tell you about your past. Then maybe some things would start making sense. You could put whatever happened behind you. But nothing happened. Something must have happened, Jack. People don't... Grace fell silent. Instead of continuing, she started running her fork through her peas and her plate. We were having dinner. Oh, yeah, you forgot to tell us a little bit. People don't what? Well, people don't do that at night, unless something happened to them. What happened tonight? I keep telling you, it must have been some weird kind of insomnia. Nothing more. Sleeping pills don't work on it. Something will eventually. But why not try this? The memories you have, it's like they want out. I think they should get out too. Then you won't be scared of whatever happened anymore. And how does that work exactly? You'll be able to face it properly. It's helped me a lot, you know, thinking about what happened to me, seeing it's not so bad as I thought it was. I stubbornly refused to answer and went on eating like there hadn't been a conversation at all. What Grace had referred to was something I'd only recently found out. Apparently, I shouted and kicked at night a lot. Sometimes I all out screamed. Maybe I still do that. Who knows? Maybe that staff and patients here are too polite to point it out. No, I don't scream at night anymore. I'm fairly sure I don't. Though that's not to say I can't sleep at all well. Funny how at one point something like that was the biggest problem in my life. It was so long ago. Or at least, it feels like so long ago. So much has happened since then. Anyway, the morning after I would wake up sweaty and tired, but it wasn't until Grace told me about the screaming that I found out why. Grace said it happened about once a week. It really freaked her out at the first few times it happened, but then she got used to it. Or as used to it as you can get. It makes me feel like an asshole realizing how nonchalant I was about it. Screaming every few nights in my sleep was, I felt, a small price to pay so I wouldn't have to bother with the past. But it didn't matter. In the end, if I decided to face the past or not, either way, it was coming. The second time Anna and I met as adults, we were neighbors. Ooh, getting a Vanilla Sky vibe from this shot. I was coming back home from a morning shift at the store. This bitch up in my building, what the hell? I went into the building up to the second floor, down the hall to mine and Grace's door, and I froze. There was someone standing in front of our door. That someone was her. Anna. Jack? Oh goodness, what are you doing here? Don't tell me, you... She pointed at the door as if to ask if I lived there. Yes, that's my apartment. As you damn well know. The hallway air felt warm and stale, soup-like. What are you doing here? Well, I was going to say hello to my new neighbor. So, hello. Fuck? What? No. Who the hell ran to this broad? Wait, huh? And here, She pushed something into my hands. It was a plate wrapped in plastic wrap. There was something brown on the plate. Is it poop? She gave me poop. Oh, brownies. Laced with LSD. Brownies? I'm sure you'll like them, Jack. But we're not neighbors. I spat the words out. Yes, we are. I'm right over there. Anna showed me the door to the right of mine. Ah, that place had been empty for weeks. I'm pretty sure the guy who lived there before there was a heroin addict. He doesn't seem so bad, though. Or he doesn't seem so bad now. What an amazing coincidence, though. To think we'd end up living so close by again. It's not a coincidence, is it? Pardon? Come on, really. What are you trying to do? It's obvious you planned this. There's no way something like this could happen by accident. Anna laughed. It was sounding like a fork scraping on a plate. Well, you can believe it's a coincidence, or you can believe it's not. Either way, we'll be seeing each other pretty often. Enjoy the brownies. Thanks. I'm not a big fan of sweet stuff, but I'm sure Grace will love them. Grace? Who's Grace? My girlfriend. I pointed at the door with my thumb. We live together. My idea was that in case she was acting like this because she was interested in me, I'd gently tell her I was taken. Grace? Oh, I saw that. Her eye kind of like flinched. Yes? She must be a nice girl. The best I've ever known. She's lucky to have you. It's the other way around. Well, it's been nice chatting. I'll say hi to Grace for you. I should go in and say hello myself. No need. And she's not here right now. But, bye. I pretended to unlock the door. It was already unlocked because Grace was home. I slipped in and shut the door in Anna's face. In the apartment, I found I could breathe freely again. Son of a bitch. Talk to this girl. Be friends with her? Not a chance. She creeped the hell out of me. Freaking swim fan, man. Writing all this down, I can see why Grace thought I was overreacting. The plain facts of it don't seem that bad at all. A friend I hadn't seen in years noticed me at my workplace, talked with me a bit, and then happened to move in right next to me. But I knew right from the start that there was something off about her. That's not something to ignore. Paranoid? Yeah. But in this case, I was right to be paranoid. It's because I let my guard down that all this shit happened. And we're back in the hospital. Still, no word from the doctor about when I'll be able to get out of here. In fact, I haven't seen him in days. I hope he's just busy. What if something happened to him? Well, I mean, he was a big, massive squiggles. Maybe his face straightened out. I don't know. It's the paranoia talking again. No, that's not paranoia. That's plain stupid. And I can't make a doctor disappear to get away with it. And get away with it. But I've got to say, if this doctor did disappear, it wouldn't be much of a loss to the hospital, I think. Yeah, he is kind of a douche. I'll have to ask him to give me some neck exercises I can do. My neck hurts from craning my head to the side all the time to look at the sky. Well, at least the weather's bad now. I'm not looking there as much. It's weird how a little neck pain is causing me trouble with how broken and battered the rest of me is. Is he really that broken, though? Like, maybe he's just been sedated. Because if his legs are that jacked up, he should be in more pain than initially thought. Like, if his neck's hurting, but his legs aren't, that's a red flag there. No, I probably shouldn't mention my neck to him. They might up my dosage, and what'll I do then with my brain turned to mush? Maybe then I'd be happy. In any case, I have things to do, and I need a clear mind to do them. I hope that what I'm writing makes sense. I hope I haven't gone down the rabbit hole already, and all I'm doing is scrawling a line after a line of meaningless chicken scratch. But that'd be pretty funny, I guess, in a pretty unfunny way. August 12th. Anna's brownies were tasty. I didn't have any, but Grace said so. I wanted to throw the brownies in the trash, but Grace caught wind of them too quickly. She's like a bloodhound when it comes to sweet stuff, chocolate especially. Yeah, I love brownies, man. That's one of my favorites right there too. Or especially when you can get the brownies and then you throw some, like, this nice and warm. You throw some ice cream on there. Ooh-wee. So good. And then, of course, I had to explain where I got them. Huh? Weird. I know, right? There's no way it's a coincidence. Yeah, it must be a sign. A sign of what? That she's stalking me? You know, it is weird that she was stalking me since she knew where I lived, but that she didn't know about Grace. I mean, she couldn't have known with how surprised she was. I don't think she was acting. Was it just a coincidence then? No, absolutely not. That I refuse to accept. I think I'll go say hi. I can make something for her too. Do we have any butter left? I want to bake her cookies. Yeah, and then you'll eat most on your own. Hey. I don't see the point of going to visit her though. We'll see more than enough of her anyways. We live so close by. We're neighbors. I want to start on the right foot. And maybe she and I could be friends. I think that'd be nice. I wrapped my arms around her. Of course, you deserve that. But please, find a friend that's not her. Why? Once again, I couldn't explain why. I couldn't put it down as anything more than a hunch, a gut feeling I get whenever I was near her. I've at least got to see her for myself, to see if she's really such a horrible person. Trust me, you're better off without it. The next day in the afternoon, I was lying down on a sofa. I was nursing a headache that had been with me since the morning. Grace told me she'd be right back. She went out of the apartment with something in her hands, and the smell of freshly baked cookies wafted. Oh shit, she's going to see Anna. It still took me about 2 minutes to piece the puzzle together. Oh shit, I whispered. I was immediately up. Not good, not good. Panic struck me harder than I would expect. It was like with Grace seeing Anna all by herself, some vulnerable part of me was exposed. I wanted to bring Grace back and lock the door and keep her safe and never ever let her out of my sight. That's a little controlling there, bud. But I also didn't want to go in there. I just stood there, head in my hands, wondering what the hell to do. All at once, I was telling myself to go there, you coward. But also to stay here, you idiot. And somewhere far away, a tiny little voice, very tiny, very little, was telling me I was overreacting. Then there came a sound of glass breaking. It had come from, where else? Anna's apartment. I went to the wall that separated our apartments. Now there was no sound at all, nothing to explain the crash. I finally overcame my cowardice and I dashed out of the apartment to hers. When I got there, I saw broken glass and blood, and Grace kneeling down, and Anna stood above her. And they were both smiling. They stopped when they noticed me there, out of breath and confused. Jack? Hi, Jack. Did you decide to join us? No, What the hell's going on? This? Anna waved her hand at the floor with all the bits of glass, white ceramic actually. There was also scattered cookies and drops of blood. Yes, that. Just looking at the blood made me feel sick, like I was going to throw up, but I couldn't peel my eyes away from it. I've always been like that around blood. I've never had the stomach for it. Grace was picking up the broken pieces of ceramic. There was a little accident. An accident? Yes, what else? Grace, what happened? It's my fault, really. The cookies were hotter than I thought, so I dropped the whole plate. And it was Anna's plate, too. Be careful, Grace. You might cut yourself. She cut herself already, look. Huh? She only now seemed to notice the blood around her. But Grace checked her hands, turned them around a few times to see from every angle, but found no cuts. It's not me. It's my blood. What? Anna was, I was just noticing, holding her left hand tightly with her right. There was a little blood still trickling from between her knuckles. Oh no! Grace hands over and hovers around Anna as she looked willing to help out, but afraid she'd do something wrong. How did this even happen? I tried to pick up some of the pieces. They're pretty sharp, aren't they? Hang on, Anna. I'm fine. I don't need you to do anything. The way Anna said that was forceful, almost harsh. Grace backed away. I can still help. She remembered I was there. Jack, go get some gauze. We have gauze? Useless. Frustrated, more frustrated than I had ever seen her before, Grace ran off to get the gauze herself. She left me there in the belly of the beast. I tried being polite. Shame about the cookies. A real shame. I didn't get to eat a single one. Well, actually, she picked up one with the free fingers on her left hand. Some of her blood got on the cookie. Before I could say anything, she ate it in one bite. Jesus. It's not that bad at all. It's still warm. Do you want one? I'll pass. God, you make me sick. That's not a very nice thing to say, Jack. If anyone else said it, but I'll forgive you. She licked her lips. I should have left, but I was in the fog I was like a frog being stared down by a snake. I wonder what's taking Grace so long. She must be flustered, poor girl. So much worry about a teeny little cut. It's not serious? It's not. How do you know? I've seen a lot worse cuts. I can imagine. Yeah, she probably made them. I'm a nurse. That I couldn't imagine. It's still hard to believe, though. I see proof of it every day. There's a lot of blood. You don't believe me? Look. She showed me her hand. The cut ran from the base of her thumb towards the middle of her hand. The wound was thin but long and ragged. The skin around the wound was pale, almost pale and moist, showing how fresh the cut was. Sorry. I could have puked. Blech. Oh, does it look that bad? Don't worry, it won't even scar. Stop that. You're really I don't remember what I was going to say. It wasn't nice in any case. What stopped me was Grace coming back. Sorry, there wasn't any gauze. Here. She brought a roll of pink toilet paper. I hope this is good enough. Thank you, Grace, but I don't need it. You don't? No, see? The blood stopped. Anna flashed me a smile. The corners of her mouth were still red. Creepy. August 13th. Good day today. Didn't see Anna once. But enough of that. After what happened, I left off yesterday. I was sure Grace and I were on the same page. But no. In the end, I was the one who cleaned up that bloody mess on the floor. I threw away the cookies before Anna could get her hands on any more. Back in our apartment, Grace let out a long sigh. What a mess, am I right? Yeah, and it was all my fault. I meant Anna. You did just meet her, right? Yes. And? Well, I can see why you've been avoiding her. If that's what you mean. Thank you. She's beautiful. I thought she would be some shy little girl or crazy cat lady or something. But she's like a model. What? No. Don't try and deny it, Jack. It's why you don't want to go near her, isn't it? You don't want to be tempted. I shook my head. I really didn't see her that way. Now with a little bit more perspective, I can say it's true. What a waste of good looks. She must be more beautiful than me. Hey, don't say that. She's not. She is. Grace dropped her gaze to stare at her hands. And she wasn't mad that I ruined her plate. She wasn't scared of the blood either. She just so... I took her hands in mine. They were cold. Grace. Jack, you're beautiful and kind. More beautiful and kind than any other girl in the world. That's good, man. That's good, dude. You gotta reassure, your lady that you love her. And I mean, shit, man. That's the kind of thing a good dude will do, or a good woman will do for her man, or a woman will do for a woman, or a man will do for a man. Basically, anyone who's in a partner, man. You gotta make sure that they're reassured sometimes. If anyone's feeling down on himself, it's your job to lift them back up, and vice versa. But enough on my little soapbox. I'm lucky as hell to have you. My cheeks burned. I must have looked like a tomato. I wasn't used to saying stuff like that. I mean it. So don't say stuff like that. Okay? Oh, Grace blinked like she'd just woken up. Oh, um, I've been saying a lot of some stuff, I guess. I'm sorry. Seems like she's like really down on herself. Like she's got some self-esteem issues, man. I'm a real hassle, huh? No, don't say that. And don't say you're sorry either. You've done nothing to feel sorry for. She apologized way too often. That's a lot of people lately, man. I've seen that a lot lately. People just apologizing way too much for stuff that they should not feel sorry for. I don't know. That's... I think it goes back to like a lot of self-esteem issues, man. But, hey, it's... If you ever need to talk to somebody, man, just try and find someone, a family friend, a coworker, if that's receptive to it. I mean, I'm sure there's also hotlines out there too. Hell, if you're feeling up to it, talk to your dog, talk to a houseplant. I talk to my dog all the time. He just stares at me and then chews on his ass. But that's dog's free, I guess. August 15th. I didn't write anything yesterday. The pain in my leg made it so I couldn't focus. Okay, so now it's starting to hurt. It's been hurting like a bitch these past few days. I gave in and asked the doctor about it. Oh, there's Scribbleface. Doc Scribbleface. He's fine, by the way. Didn't disappear or anything. Must have taken a few days off. I asked him about the pain, and I asked if I could do anything about it. Apparently the pain is a good sign. I think that's what he said. So I guess my leg is healing all right. But it still hurts. When the doctor went away, I complained out loud that it hurts. One of the other patients must have thought I was talking to him. The patients here now are not the same guys I mentioned before. Maybe one is, but that's all. Oh shit, one of them's going to call the nurse, huh? The others went away. I swear I know how to spoke. To another part of the hospital or home, or maybe to the morgue. I don't know. I wasn't keeping track. So I guess something about how my leg hurt and a guy on the bed next to mine, a kid actually, can't be more than 18 or 19, started talking to me. I think he was saying how he's in a lot of pain too. I couldn't understand most of it though. His jaw's been wired shut. Anything he tries to say turns to moans and a lot of drool. Ew. Then a nurse came in, not Anna, and told him he shouldn't speak if he wants his mouth to get better. So he shut up. Not much else has happened, but my right leg, it really is bothering me. It's a deep pain. It doesn't feel like it's healing. It feels wrong, in a way that makes my teeth hurt too. I'll stop with the leg now. I've got to get my mind off of it. It hurts too much. I'll check where I left off the day before yesterday and go from there. Ooh, back in the apartment. You're not coming with us? Again? No, I don't feel like it. But Anna is so great to hang out with. Oh shit, they're becoming friends. Yesterday we went window shopping and we went to a cafe and then we had ice cream in the park. That sounds fun. It was. Anna is a really interesting person. You should give her a chance. I want us all to be friends. Oh, bad idea. So please come along. No, I'll pass. Sorry. A moment later, Anna came in without knocking. Yes, Broad. She never knocked anymore. Ready, Grace? Yes, in a minute. Grace heaved a sigh. Are you sure you don't want to go? Yes, I'm sure. Go have fun without me. Okay then, some other time. We kissed. Oh, I saw her expression change when that happened. Have fun. We will. Bye. And that was the last time I saw it. No, I'm just kidding. Grace and Hannah became friends. Good friends. Very soon after they first met. I was against it, but I found it hard to complain seeing Grace so happy. They spent quite a lot of time together. Whenever I said anything about this, Grace would tease me. She'd say I was jealous. But she would also invite me to come with. I always declined. I eventually got used to it. And things were quiet for a while. Ooh, false sense of security. Once at the store, I was applying discounts during work hours. It should have been done before we opened, but someone had been slacking off. I won't point fingers. It was Don, the old guy. Well, hey man, leave him alone. He's got a bad back. So I was once stuck wondering what kind of dog food the 20% off should go on or something like that. The lists they gave us were always terrible, so full of corrections you could barely read them. Oh shit. Now I was about to choose at random what to apply the discount sticker. Someone put a hand on my shoulder. Oh, Anna. There was a tightness in my chest, but it passed within seconds. As I said, I'd gotten used to it. She didn't scare me anymore. Hi. How are you, Jack? I'm alright, thanks. Hey, random question. Do you like big dogs or small dogs? Big dogs, I guess. I see. I bent down and placed a sticker reducing the price of the dog food that had the one with the wiener dog on the packaging. Grace is in the break room, by the way. I know. I was just there. But I wanted to see you. Yeah? Why? I haven't seen you at all for the past weeks, you know? Or past week, you know? Didn't you notice? I guess. I was called into work a lot, and you must have been so busy here, too. Yeah, busy. We should meet more often. After all these years apart, we must have a lot of stories to tell, huh? Yeah, maybe. Jack, you mentioned dogs, right? Right. Was that because of Buddy? Who's Buddy? So you really don't remember anything? Nope. I don't remember this Buddy, and I don't remember knowing you either. Of course, now I do know about Buddy. I don't remember his breed or how old he was, or anything other than his name, really, but I do know of him. A certain picture book told me. That's really too bad. But it'll all come back to you, I'm sure. Who knows? Buddy was a really sweet dog. You liked him a lot. I shrugged. And he loved you, but then again, that dog liked everybody. And he was so trusting. Too trusting. I'm sure he was. Are you really fine with not knowing so much about your life, Jack? Yeah, I am. I'm used to it by now. I think it would feel weird if I could remember, actually. I suppose it's easier in a way. There are some things best forgotten after all, aren't they? Yeah. Of course there are. And I wish some of those things would have the decency to stay forgotten. Why mention it now, though? Oh, no reason. I was just a little curious. Uh-huh. I didn't believe her. I sensed that there was something in particular she wanted from me to remember. I do know what that is now, but I still don't know why she wants me to remember what she did. What did she do? Like, what happened? Is it some sick form of love, or does she want to finish the job? Is it both? I don't know. Really don't. Her mind is as much of a mystery to me now as it ever was. Interlude. Anna in Wonderland. Oh, so we're seeing something from Anna's side, huh? Dear Diary, I found him. It was beautiful. It was like fate. It was fate. As soon as I came into the city, I caught his scent in the air. Bitch is a bloodhound, I swear. A little, but mostly I smelled homeless people and gasoline. Yeah, that sounds like LA. Why did you go all the way out here, Jack? You love nature, the smell of pines, where we grew up. I was ready to spend weeks looking for you, Jack. Or months, years if I had to. I even got a job at the hospital here. They're understaffed, so it was easy. But there you were, in the first store I went to. I didn't even go in to look for you. Fate, fate, fate. But you were a little strange. Surely you recognize me. I haven't changed that much, have I? I mean, it's been a while, and I haven't tried to make myself pretty for you in every way I can think of, but... Oh, sorry. And I have tried to make myself look pretty for you in every way I could think of, but you knew it was me, right? I knew it was you. You haven't forgotten me. Were you pretending? Playing a game? Yes, that must be it. Well, I'd love to wait and see what you're doing, dear, but I've been a patient girl for far too long. Dear Diary, Friday, Jack Friday. I knew he changed his name to that, but it's just so funny, isn't it? Well, we'll have to change it back, Jack, for when we're married. I want the real one to follow my first name, Jack Friday. It made me giggle when I saw it in front of your employee records, darling. Why is she looking at... What? I just had a peek, nothing more. She went back in the store and looked through the records. Just to see where you live. I wanted to follow you home at first, but then I thought, hey, wouldn't it be insanely romantic if the next time I saw you we lived right next door to each other? No, it would not. That's creepy as fuck. I know you're playing your little games if you don't know me anymore, but that's not too much, is it? Being neighbors? You won't be angry, right? Even if it makes you angry, I have to at least do this, right? I can't wait anymore. I'm tired of being by myself. I've waited this long already. I've waited this long already. I've prepared for you so much. Maybe you won't be mad. Please don't be mad. Please. P.S. One other thing, darling. That street where you live, isn't it in a terrible part of town? Run down and cheap, even dangerous. I haven't been here for long, but I think that's right. Is that part of your game too? And working in a store? That must be it as well. Someone like you should never work there. Instead, you should be a... Gosh, I can't even imagine what. And isn't that perfect? I don't want you working anywhere. I want you all for me. Okay. This broad's a little weird. Dear Diary, the street is worse than I thought. God, the smell. Do you really know what you're doing, Jack? No. I shouldn't doubt you. I know. The rent is cheap, at least. Very cheap. But more importantly than that, or anything else, there has a vacancy right next door to your apartment. I can't wait to move in. We'll be neighbors. I'll see so much of you, it will make me drunk. The hell are you drinking? Well, I don't know what the hell this broad's drinking, but that's about all the time I have for today. So we're going to go ahead and keep this going in the next video. But if you dug it, go ahead and hit the like button. Tell me what you thought in the comments below. If you want to see more vids like this or the other ones, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that bell for notification. And until next time, stay groovy.